We're under construction.
And what they call post-production. No, you're good. This is your show.
3, 2, 1.
You're on the sweatshirt, which I haven't seen around. Is anyone going to wear these things?
Wow, Caroline, I really like your sweatshirt. Where'd you get it?
Get yours today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Scoop. I'm Ava Hanley, your host.
Coach OB.
And it is the last week of the fall season, official
is.
Fall season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to make it.
Yeah, that's the
couple more
plan.
weeks.
Big game tonight.
Big game tonight. But fall season has been fun. It's been very fast. We were just talking about how quickly it's gone.
Yeah.
And all the teams have done super, super well. I could not be more excited that this is how my senior year went with all the teams, not even just the ones I was involved with. And yeah.
You've made a lot of new friends too, it feels like, especially on the show.
Everyone is a celebrity on campus. If you're on The Scoop, you're automatically a celebrity. So
we were just looking at the views too. They're out the roof.
Through the roof.
Yeah.
Internet sensation.
Exactly.
So it's been fun. Great first couple months with The Scoop. Great first couple months of senior year of the fall season. And I think today the plan is to recap everything. We had, 3 months?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of us, everyone started in mid-August. So it's been since even before school, and right now as we sit, next week is Thanksgiving. We're going to get into the holiday season. We're going to see the changeover in sports. So it's going to be a wild time, but everyone's emotional, right? Like we were just talking about. Maybe you can let the viewers know, but it's like everyone's exhausted, everyone's excited, everyone's thankful. Nostalgic. I mean, you're living in that best time of your life right now, Ava.
It's so fun. I can't even I am not an emotional person at all. I don't know who's
Disclaimer.
watching this. Disclaimer, no. But it's really starting to hit home, the nostalgia of the whole thing. I get it now. Everyone that's saying you're going to miss it, I get it.
What's so cool is you have a video diary too of your senior year. I was just thinking about that. You'll always have it.
Oh,
yeah.
Always.
Yeah, tear.
Wow.
I know.
Anyways, okay, yes. So, plan for today, recap all the fall teams.
Okay.
Kind of give a big overview. Everyone's season, like I just said, went so incredibly well, depending on how far they made it in playoffs. And I think being able to talk to a lot of the captains especially really helped me, and probably you too, kind of understand where all these teams come from better. Because I feel like when we just watch, you don't get to see that inside part of all the teams.
There's so much time that goes into, and I know we're going to cut into interviews, there's so much time that goes into these sports and friendships built and emotional roller coasters that run up and down throughout the season that it's, to your point, is as a fan and even as a friend or a coach or a teacher or whatever around the Fian community, you don't necessarily see that stuff, right? So it's been really cool, like you said, to kind of get behind the scenes, understand a little bit more about how that works, and also growing up playing the sports, because for a lot of these folks, it's going to be their last time ever playing, right?
Definitely, and I think a lot too, like you just said, growing up playing the sports, Fian contributed so much. Obviously, it's only 4 years in the grand scheme of things. 4 years is not that much time, but for especially a lot of people that we had on the show, they talked about they really started to develop that passion for the sport and zone in on it when they got to Fian, which I thought was really cool. Even if they played in their childhood or on their
youth or
their
club
youth teams, exactly, or they played a different sport like Bridget or Laney, they kind of come back to Fian, and that's where it all hits home.
Yeah, and this is where it gets a little more serious. It's more competitive. You're playing against a lot of folks around the town, the city, the state, whatever it might be. So it gets a little bit more competitive when it comes to that, and you also see where all that foundational work is that you put in.
Definitely.
Where does it get you? Yeah,
we're going to cut to some intro stories and see kind of where all these captains got their starting point.
Let's take a look.
I've always been a soccer player, but I was also a hockey and lacrosse player.
You're just talking hockey.
I definitely found that my mentality piece and building that mental toughness came from hockey, and I was really glad to be able to apply that to soccer and realize that you can still have this tough mentality. I feel like people, when they think maybe tough sports, sometimes hockey is one of the ones that come to mind, and it's there's hitting, there's all that stuff, but it's obviously I'm not going to go out there and check someone, but
on time.
That's
how you put fans in the stands, Ava.
It gets us wrong. But I was glad to be able to bring that to soccer and show that I was able to be tough mentally and physically and still have like the skill and the speed and whatever I needed in the soccer aspect, but like bring it up a level.
So, first when I was little, I always did like, my mom put me in dance right away. And then, but my dad always wanted me to like other sports, like soccer and stuff, but like, I just never liked those. Like, I would go to like one practice and then I'd be done and like cry every single practice. So, I always loved dance. And then like I started tumbling and my mom put me in cheer, which I really liked. And I did Pop Warner cheer when I was like really little. I was a little Attleboro Whitehawk, well, South Attleboro Whitehawk.
So I started at North. I actually did not start playing until 6th grade because my parents would not let me play. And I was not happy with that.
Yeah, I remember playing against him. He was like playing tight end.
Yeah, I actually, up until 7th grade, I did play fullback.
Yeah.
And Coach Steve. And linebacker, a little bit of linebacker too.
So Ava, that was such a cool look into origin stories and discussions as we are cutting back into you and I speaking. What do you think of those conversations? When you were asking those questions, what do you think?
I think, well, first it was kind of cool to see that all of them play at the same level. You know, all the FIAN teams are the same level, highly competitive. It takes a lot to make the team in the first place, and then the mental grit. But seeing that they all kind of came from different places, you know, Lainey grew up playing multiple sports and soccer just happened to be the one she stuck with. Like some turn of events or a different circumstance, she could have not even been playing soccer at FIAN. Same with, I know, Bridget, who was talking about playing basketball her whole life. Like,
Remember those photos? Those photos keep popping up. I'm sure
she
they will
keeps
again.
sending me new ones. They're so fun. But no, Bridget too, like one little change in the course of her life and she could have not even played field hockey. So it's really cool to see like how everything works out. And then I know Kane and Owen were talking about, they didn't play football until a little bit later.
Yeah.
So seeing that growth and that development throughout the season, and I know the season is still going on.
And here we go.
That's really cool too.
Yeah, it's and it's almost like too they have to kind of like figure out like where their friends going. This is I'm thinking you know when they're foundationally building this up, where their friends going in terms of sports they're playing. What are those athletes personally good at and want to put the time into? It's just all of those factors that put. I mean, cheer. Like
Yeah.
what push you?
Talking to Peyton and Jenna too, like they grew up with the dance and the gymnastics and cheer again just happened to be the one that stuck for the longest. Same for me, like cheer is not my, I don't know who's watching this, but like cheer is not my main
A lot of people
sport.
watching this, but yeah.
I'm a competitive dancer 24/7. Like I leave here, I go there for the rest of the night. But cheer was something that like kind of drew me into FIAN because you get to be a part of the game days and the comps and it's more like in your face FIAN culture, which I personally love. But again, one little change and I could have not even been on the sidelines.
And to your point too, it's like you can represent your school where others you might not be able to do that, right? It's kind of interesting. It's funny we talk about football a lot. It's like all you're seeing like soccer club, even baseball club, all the hockey club, all these club sports. But for football, you can't do that. We don't have football club.
I didn't even
You
think
are
of that.
only representing your town, your school, your district, whatever it is. So that's kind of part of that charm. And it's more sort of, I'd say like exclusive to that sport. It's kind of
Definitely,
interesting.
yeah.
Even hoops too. I mean, hoops, AAU and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
stops between. I feel like too, you hear a lot about club sports in your youth, and then when you
Yeah.
get to high school, you kind of have to pick and choose. Because I know my brother's going through that right now. He's going to be a freshman next year, and it's like, are you playing club hockey? Are you going to devote all your time to playing FIAN sports? Like, what's that going to look like? So that's a really good point about football, about how high school FIAN football really is. You know what I mean?
It's football at its purest form. I've been saying it for as long as I've been playing it. And I played a little in college too, and it's high school. It's high school is that. So get ready tonight.
I'm so excited.
The
That was a
cheerleaders
great
are
segue.
ready. Yeah. What do you
little
want?
update.
What are we going to see next? Yeah.
Well, football, I mean, watching the team, past 4 years, like, I have not missed a football game, if I'm being so honest. I
Of
never,
course.
maybe one freshman year when I was a JV Warrior, but, you know, that what are you going to do?
Yep.
The team dynamic growing up, not even trying to, like, glaze them, because, like, this year is by far the best FIAN football that, like, we've had.
Yep.
And anyone, at least in my time being here. And it's just been so insanely fun to watch the games and be able to cheer for people, cheer for my friends, because,
Yep.
you know, like when I was younger,
Yeah.
I mean, like freshmen, I don't know who these people are. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm cheering for like Nikki and Chuck, I don't know who this guy is.
Right.
But this year especially, like being able to see them and be friends with them and have that relationship with them off the field
Yeah.
and then be able to see like all the great things they're doing. is really, really
That's
cool.
totally cool. It's a good point. And you've all grown up together in the school and now represent it and now have opportunities beyond that, which is kind of cool. So you're growing up, Ava. You're growing up.
That's the theme of the video, nostalgia.
What else are we going to look at? Take a look back at.
I know we talked origin story for all of the teams. We also talked mindset because we had a captain from pretty much every team
Yes.
on the show with a couple exceptions. So I think the mindset for each of these teams going into the season and as it played out, as we had them kind of later in the season, is really, really cool, especially because we all have the same fee and values, which you might not get at a public school, you might not get somewhere
they're unique
else.
to this community.
Exactly, but the way that each captain kind of interprets that for their team is really cool. So
Awesome.
let's take a look at
Should we
that.
take a look?
Let's take a look.
Last year we didn't end the way we wanted to. It was like it was a really tough game, our last game, but I feel like all the seniors on the team and everyone who played in that game last year, like we just have so much like motivation to like not end that way this year.
It was our
Personally,
motto
this could
2
be
years ago,
one of my
was
last
through the gate, and
once you were on that
season.
field. It's like
So
we're trying to stress the
Yeah.
importance of like it's
So,
a
like,
team
we kind of
sport,
have
but
been
you also
emphasizing
have
that
to be
and,
there.
like
Like I
in
said
it for
before, you need to
yourself.
show up for the people who have been.
Like this year sort of we've been talking about like mental toughness, I think, is the biggest thing, and like what it takes to like beat these really good teams. We've been working a lot more in practice to kind of get over like both physical things and like mental things. Like in practice there's a big emphasis on like this is really hard right now, but like this is preparing you for the game. And I feel like last year we didn't so much focus on that. Like we'd focus on like just skill, and I feel like this year there's been a huge emphasis on like it takes so much more focus to win a hard game, it takes so much more like toughness to win a hard game, and I feel like that's really been preparing us, and we've seen it in the way we've like faced hard opponents so far. So
Aren't they just inspiring? Every mindset.
Every mindset,
inspiring.
yeah.
We have like young future leaders, world
Yeah,
leaders.
current leaders at the high school community, future leaders of America and the
Definitely.
world.
Nobel Prize, I see in a lot of their futures.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Governors
great.
and all that stuff.
All of the above.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun seeing their mindset. Definitely changing throughout the season too. I know when we start the season, those earlier guests like Bridget and Lainey, it
Yep.
was very like go hard all the way. And then when we got to those later episodes, maybe even Cheer, it was more of the get your job done and just get it done. Like we're all tired, just get it done.
Yeah. At this point, it's kind of like old routine, and it's like we just know what we have to do. We got to do it. That's kind
Exactly.
of how we feel tonight.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Scoop on the road.
Scoop on the road. Scoop on the road. First scoop on the road was
We did a College Bowl maybe a little bit. I don't,
That's
can
like
you use
deep
any
in
of
the
that?
archives.
Yeah.
Maybe we can fit some clip in here, but that audio, we had a lot to learn.
We were very early on.
were.
We were in a there was a jungle in there in that
It was.
auditorium. So I think we were figuring it out.
We
Scoop
were
on the
figuring
road.
it out. Everyone was very confused too because we didn't have the big lights and the multiple cameras like we did for signing day. It was my iPad on a tripod.
Yeah,
with
just
some
random Mr. Winner coming
all
in
right.
and talking about which he crushes it. We had the Danny interview.
We had the Danny interview. Danny interview was one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, what'd you like?
It was kind of different from talking to my friends, you know what I mean? But it was also cool to just kind of see what's out there, I know we talked about it when we recapped the episode, but seeing what other jobs are out there in sports, not just, maybe I don't need to be sitting on a microphone every day to like be involved and make a difference. And that was really cool and definitely keeping my options open. And she was just really fun to have on the show.
Yeah, and such a cool experience too. You got to
Definitely.
ask a lot of cool questions.
It was fun. Scoop on the road,
Signing
we
day.
did signing day. I was also going to talk about some sideline stuff too,
Yeah.
that has been one of my favorite parts of
Okay.
doing this, just because it's so fun to be like after a win, like, oh, come here, come get on the camera. And everyone's always willing to do it, which is fun.
Yeah, it's funny at signing day too. Like people would come by. Are you filming? Are you filming?
Yeah.
Is this the scoop? Is this the scoop?
Are you talking right now?
So now people know.
Exactly. I
Right?
think it was like Katie Uroff's dad was like, oh, the scoop? It's like, how do you even know what this is? Like, how do you know who I am?
Worldwide.
But no, it was fun. Signing day too was, again, one of my favorite parts. It's just so fun. Everyone was in there. And, like good eye candy too in the back.
Yeah,
Everyone just
and that's
walking by.
that's the point of that too. Is there's a lot of you and I were talking. There's a lot of energy in there. There's a lot of cool stuff. I think one of our most viewed episodes, which is fun. So we'll have to do that a little more.
We'll have
Santa
to do more.
Shop
Santa
coming up.
Shop coming soon. So looking into the future. That was
Nice.
Close. That was pretty good.
That's
that was
it.
pretty smooth.
That's it.
Santa Shop, if you don't know, one of the biggest fundraisers of the school year for FIAN, and will be set up down
In
in
the
all
caf?
the in the cafeteria with all the madness and the chaos of everyone shopping for
And
their
have a
Christmas
few
gifts.
guests probably scheduled, and then also off the cuff.
Off
That's
the
what we
cuff.
had last year too.
Yep, off the cuff is so fun.
Yeah.
You got to tell them that you're going to be there, but off the cuff is so fun.
Maybe we can also get some visuals of the chain, because we didn't. That's one thing we didn't get last year. So
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
maybe local correspondent Bridget McGinnis can help out there.
Yes. I know also we have some St. Vincent de Paul leaders this year, which is kind of
Okay.
new from what they've done in the past. So that might be fun too.
So look
Try
out
to
for that
follow
episode,
them,
Scoop on the
look out
Road.
for them.
Yeah.
And winter.
Yep.
Winter is going to be, we just did the Fanatic schedule yesterday, so it's officially real.
Okay.
Watch out for those games of the week, those
Themes all in place, or
for the most
okay.
part. Winter's a little different just because we have so many breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And the big games, we are looking at the schedules like all lined up. They're all within the same few weeks, so it's kind of hard.
Mm.
But games are going to be fun. I know hockey is, their game of the week is versus North Attleboro,
Okay.
which it always has been. And that's always a fun game. I remember going to those for the past 3 years.
So will there be games of the week during our breaks, or no?
I don't
TBD,
think so.
okay.
TBD. I'll
Okay.
have to fact check that one.
Yep.
Not during February break, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe the beginning of Christmas or maybe that last day
Got it.
before Christmas break, but not too much because they don't really play that much
Yeah.
anyways
Yeah.
during the breaks. So that will be really fun. Make sure to check those out. I'm excited to go to games that maybe I haven't been to before.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Anything
fun.
specific? Have you been to hockey, hoops?
I've been to them all, but
Yep.
like actually
We have fencing,
like,
too.
paid attention.
Fencing during winter.
Fencing did.
Yeah, we'll have
we
to learn
put
about
those
that.
in. That will be fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited to keep going to stuff. You know, we were talking nostalgia theme of the
Yeah.
episode, but being able to experience all those things like one more time is going to be really fun. And I
That's
love
it.
hockey, so
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be fun.
And then the spring.
And then
So,
the spring,
yeah.
and we'll cut it short. We'll get a baseball episode in there. We'll
Yep.
get a lacrosse.
Yep.
Do track, alley orm. Get ready.
Ready to go?
Get ready. But it'll be fun. Yeah.
Nice. All right, more to come.
More to come. Oh, and we had Narrative Page,
Yes.
which has been really cool. We've been starting, we talked about it a little bit on the episode. Go watch Narrative Page, but Shamrock Sports Media is in
Correct.
full swing.
Yep.
It's been fun.
Yep.
It's going to get more fun.
We're building stuff out right now, so excited about that, and we're going to lean into more of that as a school. So more to come.
More to come.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you. I mean,
That's the
that's
fall.
all. That's all there is for fall. We'll see what
see
what
what
the future
happens.
brings us. But
Yeah.
it's been fun. I've had a great time.
So
I'm
have I.
excited.
All right.
I'm excited. All right. We'll close this one off. I'm Ava Hanley,
Coach OB.
and that was the scoop. We'll see you next time.